So you got the problem that some of your TV apps, you install them fine, but when you go in, it will say you've got no internet or it can't access the internet, even though you have an internet connection. Okay, now the reason for that, some apps, TV apps, etc., are only for certain countries. That's why people go on about getting VPNs and putting them in. So, for instance, like this TV box has come set up with a different country on it, but let's say, actually we'll go in here, I'll just show you for instance. Okay, so let's go, say, Crackle. Alright, and you'll see there was a problem. Oh, here we are, problem getting to the internet connection. Please try again. So, and that is, but this is why people use VPNs and things, if you're wondering why. Okay, it's to make it so it's going to work in the right country. But if you go try again, it won't work because you're not in the right country. Your time's wrong and all that. Now, for people that you're actually in the country where these things come from, like for instance, like let's say TVNZ. Now, if you were to go into a TVNZ, the same as those other ones, and you're not from that country, of course, it's not going to let you in. So TVNZ. Now, the other thing is, if you're wanting TVNZ and you actually are from New Zealand, and you get in the problem there, it's only available for New Zealand viewers, blah blah blah, and you are in New Zealand, and you're like, hey, what's going on? Well, the reason, and likelihood in other countries, whatever app you got, if it's for your country and it comes up with these sort of errors, there's a few reasons for it. Okay, so the first reason, now, I mean, there's a couple of things. With TVNZ, there's a wee bit more. Not all of them are like this, but with TVNZ, of course, right now it's going to be the time. So I'll show you that. You're just going to go and set your time. Make sure it is, if you're in New Zealand, of course, make sure you set your New Zealand time to New Zealand time and to Auckland, etc. Now, the other issue you're going to have, once you do that, then you might boot in and it still won't boot. It'll say it needs Google Play services to be activated. So if you've done anything like in my previous videos, if you've de-Googled it, now you're going to have to re-put Google services in, because the TVNZ app's not going to work without the Google services. And there is one other thing it mucks up on. So, I mean, realistically, I've had enough of it. We're in New Zealand here. And initially I've changed the clock, I've changed everything. So the next thing you run into, after you've got Google services up and running, and you've got your clock, your time, everything set for New Zealand, then it turns around and tells you, oh, sorry, you've got a routed device, which I'll show you here. So see here, it says it's only available in New Zealand. So what you do to fix this problem, okay, we just go back to the home page. All right, we're going to go into the settings tab. All right, and we're going to go down to device preferences, go into date and time, and then you'll see here down there, set time zone. And what we want to do is find New Zealand. That's if you're in New Zealand. If you're in another country and it's a different app, like Crackle, I think you're going to need United Kingdom, or you're going to need USA or something. I can't remember actually. So here we go. So here's Auckland for the TVNZ. Okay. So time's been set, and 4th of February, righto. Okay. Now, initially, some people you might have gone, I'll just put on automatic. That can be great too. Sometimes, though, the problem with automatic, your time might be off by an hour, and then it's going to say you're not in the right country because your time is not set properly. So just go in and manually set this up, well, semi-manually. Okay, so now we're going to go back, and we're going to go back into that TVNZ app. Now I'm going to show you the next fault it has. So the first one it has is you need Google services, carrier services up and running, even though I've got that from elsewhere. Now the next thing that we had was time and date. Well, now we're going to get your device is rooted. We can't let you in because it's a rooted device, and yet this device is not rooted. Well, unless it came rooted, like the people that it was bought from brand new, maybe they updated the Google Inside I mean, not the Google, the Android version. You know, there might have been Android 7 and they've put Android 10 in it, which initially that is what's going on here. This has got Android 10.1, I think. And you can see it's a TV07, so I probably had Android 7 originally. So I'd say it's been rooted and I put that in, even though, right, oh, that warning's not coming up now because I've already turned it off. Bugger. But I can't actually access anything, okay? So if you're on that predicament where, so initially you're going to have to make sure you get a late model one that hasn't been rooted and hadn't updated. So if you see anybody selling them that says updated Android, or something says TV7 and it says it's got Android bloody 10 or 11, I mean, you know that it's been rooted at some stage. But the problem is, I mean, normally on a lot of your smart devices, if you go into this settings menu, you will actually get down here, it'll tell you that it's got super user privileges or it's rooted. This one here is not telling me anything. It doesn't say it's rooted at all. But according to TVNZ app, it thinks it's rooted. So, and yeah, by the way, I mean, for people out there that don't realise, rooted doesn't mean that it's bugged. Rooted means when we go in and change the file system and add different firmware and update, but we've unblocked the phone to get in to do it. So that's what that means. Doesn't mean it's rooted in the way of buggered. All right. But of course now we've got the problem we can't play actually TVNZ because it thinks this is a rooted device, even though it's not saying it is to me. So the only way around that, well, there's no actual way around it. If you've got a device like this and you're in New Zealand and it says it's rooted, you're going to have to go into the system settings, link the computer up or whatever, and actually turn off root from inside behind the into the hard settings. But you're going to have to know what you're doing to do that. Okay, other option, don't even worry about TVNZ. Just make sure you got a Freeview, built-in Freeview TV, use your Freeview aerial and stuff them. Why bother wasting your endowment? I mean, if it's going to be that difficult. As I said, first thing didn't work. Said I needed Google App Carrier services, even though it wasn't an app from Google Carrier. So I did that. Then the next thing said, oh no, you're not in New Zealand, even though we are in New Zealand. So we changed the time and everything, made sure we're in New Zealand. Then it says, oh no, sorry, you got a rooted device, even though this device doesn't say it's rooted on the main system. So, yeah, big problem. So if you've got a smart TV in New Zealand, you're going to be fine to get your TVNZ app. It'll be fine set up. But if you're buying a TV box from overseas or something and setting it up, you may run into this issue. Initially, my way around it, which I'm going to do later on, once we've done a few other videos showing people how to de-Google something. But I'm actually going to not even worry about it. Who cares about TVNZ? There's heavy other things out there. You know, we've got Tubi TV, we've got Foursome, Fubi, Hulu, Craggle, Orange, Pluto. There's all sorts of different ones. Just have a look out there, you'll find them. Okay, those ones I've riddled off are probably the best ones to go for. And then of course your YouTube, YouTube for smart TV, and YouTube movies for smart TV is another good one. So anyway, best of luck with it all. Check out the other videos. I am going to do one on showing you how to eradicate Google altogether on the next video, and I'm going to show you how to, you don't have to use this launcher screen, okay, with the Google and all that, especially once you've de-Googled and got rid of it all. Okay, and there's going to be two ways to de-Google it. We're going to show you the simplest way first, just to deactivate, but then to get into the main system, we're going to have to put in an app called Hail, which we put on phones, my previous videos if you've watched them, and we'll actually deactivate ones that are in the background in the hard settings that we can't access from here, and we'll deactivate all the Google things from there. And then what we're going to be doing is setting up this TV box without any Google or Google apps of any kind. Then it's going to be sweet, but you know TVNZ of course. But if you're in New Zealand, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you get a Freeview TV, and then you not have to worry about it. Okay. And it doesn't have to be a smart TV because your smart TV box is going to turn into a smart TV anyway. Alright, so you got a cheaper option. You know, you pick up a non-smart TV, you know, pretty cheap these days, and then just add your TV box to it. And if your smart TV's got Freeview, well, then you got your TVNZ stuff. You know, and you still got the USB plugs in the back to record when you want. Anyway, enjoy. As I say, the next video, check it out. We're going to do a de-googled, and then the video after that, what I'm going to do to this system is we're actually going to delete this whole operating system, because it says it's rooted when it's not, which is just agitating the hell out of me. So I'm just going to actually dump the whole Android system, what's in here, and we'll put in a completely different operating system. So check out the videos, keep an eye on that, and could be another way around it for you. And then that way, for people in your right countries, where you are in the right country, you are in the right settings, it'll be a way of getting around this thing where it says you're rooted. That way we'll get rid of it. We'll just put in a new system that's not rooted. Okay. But anyway, enjoy, and hopefully that's helped you sort out your, as I say, your issue with your apps. As I say, some aren't going to work. Certain countries, you've got to pick the right country. And then, of course, if you haven't got the right country, that's where you use your different VPNs. So, for instance, I'll show you one here. Let's go into Aptoid TV. And you'll only be picking yourself a VPN. And I see a lot of people say the free ones are not safe, or whatever. You're better off paying for one that's actually a paid one. So whether it be $2 a year, if it's a paid one, it's meant to be a bit better. Of course, and you can get this one, but you won't get it from Android TV, but you can get it online on the net. That's another free one there. There are some free ones, so keep an eye out, just check them out. But that's what you can do if you're trying to have your TV, open up other TV ones from other countries anyway. Right, best of luck, enjoy.